Coming up on Mountain News at 6, one person is dead after a truck is found overturned in Letcher County. And a change regarding specialty license plates is causing some confusion. What drivers need to know.
Highs today, we're in the upper 20s and low 30s. We'll see a little bit of a warming trend tomorrow, and then the temperatures go down yet again. Details in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
One person is dead after a one-vehicle crash in Letcher County. It happened yesterday on Defeated Creek Road in the Line Fork area. Troopers with Kentucky State Police tell us they and medical personnel responded to the scene where they found a truck overturned. Police say 58-year-old Terry Combs of Line Fork was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say seatbelts were not used and alcohol is suspected to have been a factor in the crash. A Pike County man is behind bars after he reportedly crashed a vehicle with children inside. It happened on Sunday. Crews with the Belfry Fire Department gave 2 units of Narcan to John Mayhew since he was found unresponsive behind the wheel. Children told police Mayhew had been staggering all over the road. According to the arrest citation, Mayhew showed enough signs of impairment to lead to his arrest. He was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. In Claiborne County, Tennessee, 3 people are facing charges following a traffic stop. Detectives with the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office Drug and Criminal Investigations Divisions executed the stop yesterday on Highway 33. A K-9 deputy alerted detectives of narcotics inside the vehicle. Handguns, mushrooms, meth, and cocaine were all found. Braden Dre Greer, Bryson Harvey Hatfield, and Caitlin Nicole Boatwright were arrested. A woman was arrested after a hit-and-run investigation in Wayne County. The Monticello Police Department says yesterday evening a car left the scene of a crash on Main Street. A Wayne County Sheriff's deputy found the damaged car and its driver in a driveway on Sally Burnett Road. They arrested 22-year-old Mackenzie Brown. She's now charged with leaving the scene of an accident, wanton endangerment, DUI, among others. A Letcher County man indicted on a murder charge is set to appear in court tomorrow. 25-year-old Vincent Fleming is suspected of killing 23-year-old Renata Bailey. Police say Bailey's cause of death was blunt force trauma. His arraignment is set for 9 a.m. in Letcher County Circuit Court.
Well, as advertised, we had a chilly day across the area with highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. We made it to 28 in Hazard, as well as Jackson. Prestonsburg made it to 29. 27 was the high in Manchester, as well as Somerset and Monticello. Jonesville made it to 30. Looks like the warm spot across the area was Jacksboro, as well as Ashland, checking in with 32 degrees. And outside, we're still seeing temperatures in the 20s, even low 30s. Louise is at 30, otherwise 20s. From Moorhead to Hazard down to Jacksboro. Monticello's at 26. Somerset's at 27. London, good evening to you. You're at 25 degrees. All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. Maybe a little bit of a renegade snow shower across the area, but all in all, we're staying mainly quiet. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the teens and 20s will greet you. We'll see the clouds decrease overnight. We'll start the early morning hours of your Wednesday with sunshine, but the clouds will thicken as we go throughout the afternoon hours. We'll talk about that, as well as Thursday's temperature tumble coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thanks. In the midst of Winter Weather Awareness Week, officials are urging caution for folks hitting the roads, especially as parts of eastern Kentucky were greeted with that snowfall yesterday and today. WYMT's Amelia Lee has some tips on staying safe when dealing with wintry weather.
Snow is quickly landing on the mountains and in the valleys as temperatures drop with snow showers and flurries on and off.
A nice cold December snowy day.
Officials with the National Weather Service say although the snow from Tuesday in southeastern Kentucky is from a clipper system, other parts of the country are dealing with lake effect snow.
We can even get lake effect snow here, and it's not maybe the same type they're getting up there by any means, but a lot of times if we get enough air, enough wind being pulled off of, for instance, like Michigan, and especially when we hit some of the terrain, it could result in some light snowfall.
The National Weather Service in Jackson forecasts the incoming winter weather to better prepare you when inclement conditions are coming.
This was a very light event, but we could have a stronger event. So use this as kind of a wake-up call to get yourself prepared as we head into winter.
Since it is Winter Weather Awareness Week, it's important to stay safe when you're traveling. This includes bundling up as well as taking care of your car, like making sure you're dusting off the hood, the windows, and don't forget the roof of your car.
That snow can blow off, and if there's a car behind you, it can smack right into their windshield. So we encourage drivers to get all the snow off their vehicle before they start out.
There is a priority system for which roads are salted first, starting with interstates and major thoroughfares.
We try to turn the parkways around every hour and the other priority A roads every 2 hours.
You're reminded to use common sense as you're driving this winter season. In Breathitt County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say you can go to weather.gov/JacksonKY to find even more ways to stay safe this winter season. They do also advise to always bring extra layers and take some extra time before you head out to your destination. Here's some other tips that state police have provided for whenever you have to be out and about in treacherous conditions. Reduce your speed. The snow, ice, and sleet certainly makes it more difficult to control your vehicle. It also is important to have a kit of essentials before you get out on the roads, especially for longer trips. This includes jumper cables, a cell phone and charger, a collapsible shovel, and a flashlight with batteries. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is pushing a change for when drivers of cars with specialty plates pay their taxes and renewal fees. County clerks say they received an email last week stating the time to renew them was switching from December to a driver's birth month. County clerks say there's been some confusion regarding the change. Madison County Clerk Kenny Barger says he was just notified of it about a week ago in an email from the state.
Motor Vehicle Licensing Transportation Cabinet is encouraging folks to align these plates with their birth month.
People with birthdays in January could face a financial hit, especially with the extra expenses many have with Christmas. Barger says most people are not aware of this change until they come in to renew. The Federal Aviation Administration approved funding for initial steps to build an airport in Letcher County. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how an airport could benefit their community.
Officials secured funding for engineering and layout plans, getting closer to the reality of flight in Letcher County.
Blueprints, the layout, engineering plans for the airfield. So the runway, taxiway, a fuel system, and everything that's on the ground. No buildings, but everything that's on the ground.
The airport would be located in Isom.
This is off of Highway 15, north of Stampers Branch. We've already acquired all the property that we need, so no one will be displaced.
Maybe the biggest beneficiary, Whitesburg ARH Hospital. Officials say taking patients through a helicopter is difficult because of fog and higher elevation.
Fixed wing transport doesn't have to deal with that. You can get instrument ratings on airplanes that you can't get with helicopters.
Also keeping roadway transport within the county.
Or ambulance services are taxed. They're stretched pretty thin, so it's an ordeal for them to leave the county. This will give them an opportunity not to leave the county.
Justice says with layout plans, they can then determine where the terminal would be and go from there. In Letcher County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials have been working for 2 decades on this project. Letcher County would join surrounding counties like Perry and Harlan as ones with an airport. $14.5 million have been awarded by the Appalachian Regional Commission for projects in 8 states. That includes more than $11 million in grants being awarded for projects in Kentucky and West Virginia. Morehead State University is receiving more than $3 million to build an aerospace workforce in Kentucky and West Virginia. We have more about this at WYMT.com.
All right, weather headlines for tonight. The clouds will increase as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. We'll see another round of wintry mix and maybe some snow. And the temperatures on Thursday, they're tumbling. Details on the First Alert forecast in a few minutes.
And a longtime Eastern Kentucky radio broadcaster remembers the many talents of Bernie Faulkner.